Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Just Law on IQRA TV. I'm your host Ilyas Bulbulia and I'll be with you for the next hour. As our regular viewers are aware, on Just Law we normally discuss an area of law which is of interest to you, our viewers. Secondly, more importantly, Just Law is a live show. So whatever questions you have on any aspect of English law, you're able to call in and ask me those questions, and hopefully I will be able to give you some guidance in relation to the questions that you have. On this show, I should be able to cover most aspects of English law, matters ranging from immigration law matters, family law matters, personal injury matters, etc. We get numerous calls on immigration matters, which is fantastic, but whatever your questions relate to, whether it is immigration or whether it's another area of English law, please feel free to pick up the phone and give us a ring. Just a couple of points before we get going and deal with the topic for today. Obviously on a live show we're not able to take very detailed information from you live on air. If it transpires that I need to speak to you at length, then I will speak to you off air. In my experience that's quite rare. I should be able to take whatever information I need from you live on air and give you an answer to your questions live on air. Secondly, occasionally it is important to look at documents before advising further. Again, if it transpires that I do need to look at your documents before I can advise you, then we can make arrangements for you to send your documents to me, and then I can have a look at the documents and then give you a ring and we can have a discussion off air in relation to your questions. However, as I've said, in my experience, the vast majority of questions which are put to me live on air, I should be able to give you firm advice and guidance in relation to those matters. Now, we get a lot of questions on immigration law, spouse applications, etc., which is fantastic. And in light of that, over the last couple of weeks, the topic that I have covered on this show has related to how to make a successful spouse application, how somebody can join their husband or wife in the UK when they are actually from abroad. Now, typically what you come across in practice is that the sponsor in the United Kingdom has a British passport. Occasionally they have settled status, so they've got indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom. And the vast majority of applications are based on that, where the sponsor is either British or has indefinite leave to remain, and what the sponsor wishes to do is sponsor their husband or wife to come from abroad to the United Kingdom. And over the last couple of weeks we've looked at that in a lot of detail in terms of the requirements which need to be fulfilled, in terms of mainly the financial requirement, the accommodation requirement, etc. Now, what I want to do today is something slightly different, but again quite topical, which is the situation in which you have a European Union national who is living in the United Kingdom. Normally they'd be working in the United Kingdom, and what they wish to do is sponsor their husband or wife who's abroad to come to the United Kingdom. Now, the rules are different here because on the previous shows we've looked at the position where the person in the UK is British or is settled in the United Kingdom, has indefinite leave to remain. The scenario is different where the person in the UK is a European national. Now, the typical scenario that you come across is that it may be somebody who's lived in a European country, could be Italy, Denmark, France, wherever it is. They've now moved to the United Kingdom, and obviously they are entitled to do that as European citizens. And now that they're here, they're looking at sponsoring their partner to come to the United Kingdom. The rules relating to that are significantly different, and what I want to look at today is how it's possible to sponsor somebody to come to the UK where the person in the United Kingdom is an EU national. And as we go on, you'll find that it is significantly easier for European nationals to sponsor their partners to come to the United Kingdom. There's a significant difference between a European national sponsoring somebody and a non-European national, such as a British citizen, sponsoring somebody to come to the United Kingdom. So we'll look at that in greater detail today. Just a couple of points before we get into that. In terms of European nationals who want to come to the United Kingdom, obviously there's a lot of commentary going on about what's going to happen with the country leaving the European Union, whether we might possibly be crashing out without a deal come October 2019, or there may be a deal. Who knows what's going to happen. But on that point, what the UK government has said, that those who are already in the United Kingdom, they will be able to continue living in the United Kingdom. So even if the country was to leave Europe without a deal, even then those who are here already will be able to continue living in the United Kingdom without any restrictions. Now, at the moment, those who live in Europe and they have a European passport, they are still able to come to the United Kingdom. That hasn't stopped at all. And previously it was envisaged that the country would leave with a deal with the EU, and on the basis that there would be a deal, those who are in Europe would continue to be able to come to the United Kingdom at least until the end of 2020. Now that may well change if the country was to leave the European Union without a deal. But at the moment, as it stands, those European nationals who are here in the UK, they have the right to stay here, they've got the right to continue working here. And as it stands at the moment, European nationals who are not here already, they still have the ability to come to the United Kingdom. It looks like that will continue possibly until the end of 2020. But let's work on the basis that the European passport holder, the European national, is here in the UK, and now they want to sponsor their partner to come to the United Kingdom. What should they be doing? Now, on that front, as far as immigration is concerned, there has been a significant change. Now, previously, European nationals had to work in the United Kingdom. Their right to continue living in the United Kingdom was based on them working in the United Kingdom. And no doubt anybody who's had any involvement with this or looked at this on the internet will be aware of the phrase, they must be exercising treaty rights. Effectively, up until very recently, European nationals who came to the UK only had the right to live in the UK for 3 months. Thereafter, they had to be exercising treaty rights. So they had to be either in employment or in self-employment, or they had to be studying, or they had to have enough financial resources to be classed as self-sufficient. So European nationals, after 3 months, had to fall into one of these categories, and only then did they have the right to continue living in the United Kingdom. Now that has significantly changed. Now a European national, simply by living in the United Kingdom, not working, not studying, not undertaking any self-employment, a European national straight away gets the right to continue living in the United Kingdom and becomes eligible to apply for confirmation of the right to continue living in the United Kingdom by applying for something called pre-settled status or applying for settled status. So as far as immigration rules are concerned, the position of European nationals has significantly changed, and unlike most aspects of, or most other aspects of immigration rules, as far as European nationals are concerned, it's become much easier. A lot of flexibility has now been introduced. And that's important when we look at how a European national is able to sponsor their partner to come to the United Kingdom. It's important because, as I said before, previously they had to be working or be in self-employment, or they had to be a student. That no longer applies. They simply have to be living in the United Kingdom. We'll look at that in greater detail after we've taken our first call. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
जी वालेकुम सलाम. जी, thank you for calling. जी, what's your question?
ये इसका मेरा भाई है, वो बाहर दूसरे मुल्कों में रहता रहा है ना, जैसे सऊदी अरब में
जी,
और दूसरे मुल्कों में. तो उसके ये है कि अभी पाकिस्तान आया हुआ है फिलहाल. वो क्या यूके आ सकता है या आ सकता है, तो किस तरीके से आ सकता है प्लीज?
जो अभी जो है ना, अगर वो आना चाहे तो विजिट वीज़ा पे वो आ सकता है. सो उसका कोई वो काम के लिए आना चाहता है, उसका शादी पे कुछ आना चाहता है, या जनरली वो उसका ऑप्शंस देखता है कि आ सकता है या नहीं यूके में.
अच्छा, लेकिन अगर विजिट पे आए तो फिर वो काम तो नहीं, वो बेसिकली तो काम करने के लिए
जी, समझ गया. जी सर, काम का जो सिचुएशन है ना, काम पे वो आ सकते हैं, मगर यहाँ कोई कंपनी चाहिए, कोई बड़ी कंपनी जो उसको स्पॉन्सर कर सकते हैं. और इसमें क्या है कि एट द मोमेंट उसका रूल्स ये है कि कोई प्रोफेशनल लेवल का जॉब होना चाहिए, जैसे कोई इंजीनियर है, अकाउंटेंट है, डॉक्टर है, नर्स है. वो जॉब्स के लिए यूके में अभी आने देते हैं, मगर उसने होम ऑफिस वाले ने ये कहा है कि 2 साल में 2021 में हो सकता है कि जो रूल्स जो बनाए हैं उसने काम के वीज़ास के लिए, शायद उसको वो थोड़े से चेंज करेंगे और वो इजी होगा काम के लिए आने के लिए. मगर वो अभी के लिए तो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि जिस जॉब पे वो वीज़ा देते हैं वो प्रोफेशनल लेवल जॉब्स होने चाहिए, जैसे इंजीनियर्स, अकाउंटेंट्स, डॉक्टर्स, नर्सेस होते हैं. उसके बगैर किसी को वो आने नहीं देते एट द मोमेंट. आगे जाकर हो सकता है कि थोड़ा सा वो फ्लेक्सिबल होंगे और ज़्यादा लोग को आने देंगे. या तो फिर वो तो एक काम का वीज़ा है, एक विज़िट का वीज़ा है, और स्टूडेंट की वीज़ा है. स्टूडेंट पे जो आते हैं उसको भी काम की भी इजाज़त होती है, मगर स्टूडेंट तो उसको वीज़ा देंगे वो एक्चुअली जो यूनिवर्सिटी में अगर वो स्टडी करने के लिए आता है तभी उसको वीज़ा देंगे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मुश्किल है. जी, थैंक यू आपका कॉल के लिए. ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम.
Thank you. Okay, that's a call in relation to coming to the UK, and it is at the moment still quite difficult to come to the UK to work. Essentially, if somebody is coming to the UK to work, there is only one route available, which is that a UK company which has a sponsor license, that company has to sponsor the person to come to the United Kingdom. Now, as far as that's concerned, the UK company would need a sponsor license, and they would only be able to sponsor somebody to come to the United Kingdom to work for them, where the work which they will be coming to do is quite a senior level job, or the work is quite at a certain level, such as doctors, lawyers, accountants, or other work which is at a professional level. Other than that, it's generally speaking, although there are exceptions, generally speaking, it is difficult at the moment to come to the UK and work. Now, in 2021, in about 2 years' time, it is possible that the rules on working will be relaxed and it will become easier to come to the United Kingdom to work. Now, that's one of the preparations being made in light of UK leaving EU. Potentially by leaving EU, there could be a reduction in the number of people coming to the UK. So one of the things that the Home Office is looking at is that if there is a shortfall in the number of in the workforce, how do we essentially plug that gap? And it may well be that the Home Office may relax the rules on migration to the UK where it's for employment purposes. But at the moment, it's just too early to tell how that will pan out. Now, just going back to what we were discussing before we took the call, and the particular area of immigration law we were looking at was an EU national living in the UK who wants to sponsor their partner to come to the UK. And the partner may be in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever it is, they want to join the EU national in the UK. Now, at the moment, as I said, EU nationals have the right to live here and continue living here, and it looks like that will continue at least up until the end of 2020. So there's at least another 1.5 years to go on that. Now, even if we leave the EEA without a deal, which seems potentially likely, even then the rights of European nationals who are in the UK are protected and they will continue to be able to live here. Now, so let's say a European national wants to sponsor a partner to come to the UK. Previously, we used to say to the European national client in the UK, we used to say to them that they need to be working. They need to be exercising treaty rights. So the normal advice that they would have got, a European national would have got, is, right, you need your wage slips. So at the very least, we need 3 months of wage slips, 3 months of bank statements, get us an employment letter, show us that you are working in the United Kingdom. We will submit those documents to the Home Office, and then obviously it'll be possible to get a visa for your partner to come to the United Kingdom. The problem with that was the Home Office always was, I wouldn't say suspicious, but certainly looked into the employment in a lot of detail, and in a lot of cases refused the application of the partner who wants to come to the UK on the basis that they weren't satisfied that the sponsor was actually working in the United Kingdom. So they could come up with reasons such as the money that the sponsor receives in the United Kingdom. They're not happy about the amount of money that's going into the bank account. There might be a slight mismatch, or they could be unhappy about the variation in income over months. So you could have 1 month when the salary is quite good, in the next month it isn't very good. So they may argue that we are not satisfied that the employment is stable. There used to be a whole host of reasons why the Home Office refused applications for the partners of European nationals who are in the UK, partners who want to come to the UK. Now, to some extent, on that front, it has become easier because there is no longer a requirement for the European national to show employment at all. So that makes matters much easier, and I'll look at that in greater detail after we've taken a short break.